GPT-4 to quickly recreate the classic game Pong and to turn a simple sketch on a napkin into a functioning website.
I always have trouble with that.
The new model is also supposedly less prone to hallucination, which is interesting because shortly after it was unveiled, Microsoft announced that the new Bing has apparently been running on GPT-4 the whole time. Bing, while certainly powerful and creative, is not necessarily what most people would describe as reliable and non-hallucinogenic, but hey, it's from Microsoft, so what do you expect? But this hasn't dampened Microsoft's confidence. They apparently think the model is so good that it won't need humans to help it figure out ethics, because the company eliminated their entire ethics and society team from their Office of Responsible AI, which I assume means that they have solved all the ethical problems related to AI, and it's gonna be smooth sailing from here on out. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
We got an AI for that.
Ever since Meta's open source GPT-3 level large language model, Llama, had its training data leaked last month, developers have been figuring out new and innovative ways to run it on just about everything. First on a Mac, then on Windows, then on a Pixel 6, and even a Raspberry Pi. Just like what you would do with real llamas, right? Giddy up. One of the key strengths of Llama is that it was designed to run with a single GPU. And while it may chug like a cement smoothie on something like a Raspberry Pi, it does successfully, well, maybe not run, but walk anyway.
Like a llama.
Now, to be clear, this is still Meta's IP, and its terms of service do still apply. But sooner rather than later, we're going to see the first hyper-individualized pocket AI, which is great news because I've been looking for a way to make using a graphing calculator far more interesting.
Now it can graph poems.
Insulting. Back when Windows 11 launched, users rioted when they discovered that the new streamlined taskbar had lost much of the functionality that it enjoyed back with Windows 10. It can't be moved to the top or the side of the screen. Separate iterations of the same program would stack and couldn't be separated, like those Lego bricks that my daughter glued together. This has popularized mods intending to reinstate that functionality. However, early previews into the newest version of Windows 11 seem to indicate that Microsoft will be giving us one of those little orange tools for our yelling.
Lego spudgy thing.
And we could see a return of the never combine option. Nice. While they're at it, by the way, they might want to fix their VBS settings. There was concern at launch that Windows 11's VBS and HVCI defaults might affect performance, and they do. Benchmarks show that default Windows VBS can actually slow down games as much as 10%, even on top-end graphics cards, thanks to Microsoft's insistence on improving things by making them worse first.
Well, what else are you gonna do?
Hey, now it's time for Buttquacks, brought to you by Vessi, the footwear company that aims to change the way that you think about rain. I mean, why should a little bit of precipitation ruin your plans? Vessi claims their shoes are 100% waterproof, so throw a pair of them on and keep your day going. Stuck in your head? Go out for a walk? What does that have to do with shoes? Stuck in your feet? Go out for a walk and your feet will be nice and dry and warm.
Okay.
Or on a hot day, they'll be cool. Why worry about the weather? Vessi's got you covered.
All that's good.
Dymatex technology keeps your feet dry. Save 15% on your next purchase with offer code TechLinked. TechLinked, Vessi.com/TechLinked. Friends, Romans, tech enthusiasts, lend me your ears. I come to say the Buttquacks, not to praise them. What
It's
on
a quote.
earth is
It's
happening?
a quote, Linus.
Google has launched an API for its own LLM, Palm, as well as MakerSuite, a browser app for developers that leaves all the intensive computation to Google's cloud servers and lets you focus on, presumably, makering? Google is also expanding generative AI support in Vertex, a platform that helps businesses train and launch machine learning models. Anthropic, a Google-backed company founded by former OpenAI employees, has launched its own chatbot, Claude. Is this a new segment we do that's just like this week in machine learning and AI?
I mean, everything's AI right now.
Everything was AI.
There's something, there's a whole bunch of them, Ulysses, Archibald, etc., something is something, something. Meta is firing another 10,000 employees, roughly 13% of its global workforce, as part of its year of efficiency. You know, I haven't heard of that one. You got the year of the rabbit, the year of the dragon, the year of efficiency. Isn't that every year in China, Andy? That is some tone-deaf branding for the thousands of working professionals and their families who have lost their jobs. I bet they workshopped that for a while. We had an earlier wave of 11,000 efficiencies 4 months ago, meaning that Meta employees have been decimated twice. And that's in the original meaning of the word, meaning reduced by around a tenth. Yeah, I actually had to look that up because I didn't realize that you would decimate your own army, not the opponent. It was like a punishment, presumably for not having sex. Microsoft has announced yet another deal extending Call of Duty to another platform. This time, cloud gaming powerhouse Boosteroid, which you have almost certainly never heard of. So then I'll be the one to tell you that Boosteroid is the largest indie cloud gaming service, currently with a reported user base of around 4 million.
So we don't have to be rude, Linus.
Okay, this is all part of Microsoft's campaign to convince regulators to let it acquire Activision Blizzard. Pretty, please. And I suppose after granting access to COD to both Nintendo and Nvidia, and having Sony turn it down, Microsoft is now really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, looking for another major gaming platform to offer the franchise to. I can't wait to see Modern Warfare running simultaneously on PC, Xbox, Switch, and Samsung Smart Fridge.
That's really gonna make Sony jealous.
We are truly on the best timeline. Cybercrime ring Emotet is back again and back to its old tricks of using botnets to spam your email, pretending to be a response from a known contact using your actual name. They've been active on and off since 2014, going on hiatus for extended periods, presumably because some of their members were serving time.
It got sleepy.
It's sleepy, okay, got it. Only to rise again with new techniques to evade security and cause trouble. They're like cicadas, but with malware. This time, they were spotted sending a malicious image macro embedded in an attached 500 megabyte Word document, which is way above the file size limit of many security scans. But I guess not everybody scans. And the file contained large excerpts, is that the word? Excerpts from Herman Melville's Moby Dick, which is a pretty big book, and it also had macros. Wow. Good job. SpaceX is getting ready to test its new Starship in the next month, which founder Elon Musk gives a 50-50 chance of success. This is a quote. "I'm not saying it will get to orbit, but I am guaranteeing excitement." While this doesn't exactly inspire confidence, it will certainly incentivize people to tune into the presumably available live stream of the launch, whether it's to see it make it into orbit or see it make it into oblivion. They're both options.
The game.
The fault, dear viewers, is not in our tech news, but in ourselves.